Join us for a journey. A journey that begins here at home and ends halfway around the world. Don't worry if you forgot your passport. You can leave your bags at home. All we need to begin is a few minutes of your time. Time enough to learn about people who, in all the important ways, are just like you, but who face a distinct challenge. They are not able to see as we see. Our journey begins with Andrea Lane, who began visiting Spanda's Vision in Motion clinic in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Andrea received a head injury in a car accident that left her with a visual impairment. Without adequate medical insurance, she could not afford advanced treatment for this injury. Spanda stepped in to help. Clinician Therese Malloy is actually retraining Andrea's brain to function correctly with her eyes by using the most innovative therapies available.
I met Andrea when she was referred here by Dr. Fitzgerald for occupational therapy, and the problems were about her vision. She was having trouble reading the print to stay on the page, and especially her dizziness. She had to walk holding the wall. The problems that were left for her were invisible. You know, she looks fabulous. She's always looked fabulous, but inside her head she was swimming. The things she looked at would move around.
When I first started to come to Vision in Motion, I was really out of it. It just looked from a perspective of my parents and Therese and everyone that I just was zoned out, and I really don't remember much. I just was really foggy, I guess you could say, and when I would come in for therapy, it'd make me feel so much better afterwards, and I'd be able to go on with my day a little bit better.
I mean, she's been a gymnast for, how long did you do gymnastics?
I was in gymnastics for 10 years.
And you were getting to be a teacher, almost an
Yeah.
assistant.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't step on a trampoline, much less do any kind of tumbling moves. So her body knew how to move, but her vestibular, her balance system could not allow her to balance how she felt, how she moved, with how she sees. The first thing that was done was blue glasses.
Yeah.
The blue tint to her glasses made a world of difference. I mean, we did some exercises and treatments, but being able to protect her eyes from the fluorescent flutter from the movement, something about blue really worked for you.
Made my nervous system just totally calm down. I stopped my shaking, and I could walk easier. I wouldn't have to shake so much or do such a drunken walk, and it really toned down my my life, because I felt like I was looking at so much stuff. And Dr. Fitzgerald actually lowered my prescription and my vision so that I wouldn't concentrate on so many of the fine lines, and then put the blue glasses on, and just really made me calm down and helped a lot.
While Spanda's work in the Vision in Motion clinic reflects the truth that charity begins at home, we are equally committed to helping our neighbors halfway around the world. Each year, our team of doctors travel to Kipkaren, Kenya, where Spanda built a medical clinic to serve the needs of the local villagers. Our founder, Dr. Deanne Fitzgerald, explains how her dream of bringing eyesight to this remote village was born.
Well, I have been practicing optometry for about 28 years. In 2004, I went out on my own, and things were going very well, and I happened to go listen to a missionary person speak in 2006, and she said, "Why don't you come to Kenya and bounce around in a Jeep?" And I said, "The only way I'll come to Kenya is if I can bring eye care." And so it was a whirlwind for the next 8 months. I put together a team, and what happened is that there's an organization called ELI, Empowering Lives International, and what we did is we went under their umbrella in order to do what we were able to do. So we partnered with another organization. In 2006, of course, when we decided to embark on this, one of the first things that was so difficult was when you would talk to people about it, you just knew they couldn't eat a pair of glasses. What was I doing? What was I thinking? What did I think I could take over there? And so my mindset had to totally change even before I even got on the plane. And then secondly, you get over there, and one of my opticians turned to me on the second day and they said, how are you doing? And I said, I am so far outside my comfort zone, it just doesn't matter. And so one of the village ladies came up to me, and she thanked me for coming, and I just said, you've given me far more than what I can ever give you. And for a moment, she just looked at me, and then she smiled, and she totally got it. A gentleman by the name of Simon came to us in 2007, and that was our second mission trip. And he came to us, and his prescription, he told us he couldn't see, and his prescription was a -18. So we were able to manufacture glasses over there when we saw people, but this was a prescription we could not. So we took all the measurements, we took a frame that fit him, we brought it back to the United States, manufactured it, sent it over with another crew that was going. And in 2008, we couldn't go. And in 2009, we went back, and I saw Simon sitting in the waiting area. And I went over to Simon. I said, Simon, how are you doing? He says, oh, Dr. Fitzgerald, they call you Doctari over there. He goes, oh, Doctari. He goes, I'm doing very well. He goes, and I said, how do you like the glasses? He goes, oh, I see so well. He goes, you know, I remembered telling you that I was a teacher. And being a teacher, if I couldn't see my students, I didn't feel as though I could really be a good teacher. So he said, if I couldn't see, I was thinking about quitting teaching. And he goes, and then I received these glasses. And he goes, and since I've seen these glasses, he goes, I can see everything so well. He goes, I'm the headmaster. What I was noticing as more and more people were coming through my practice, you know, that were head injuries, stroke, trauma, that sort of thing, young children that weren't getting services that they needed, once again, you recognize it when you finally see it. And sometimes when it's in your own backyard, you don't see it as well. But when you finally see it, it's unmistakable. And so as a result, I knew there was a need, but you know, once again, it was building that team. I knew I couldn't do it by myself. And once I was able to discover people with like-mindedness, it made it very easy. We came up with the notion of Cedar Rapids Vision in Motion tied to occupational therapy and doing various different types of things. And once again, there's a true need in the community that's not being met. And we've been able to, I think, meet that need.
I didn't realize how much we take our eye care here for granted. And so then to go over to a country like that and to see these people who are living their day-to-day lives, and yes, their income is lower than what we think, but we don't realize that some of the things that we take for granted are just, they don't even think about because it's a luxury. And to discover that eyeglasses are a luxury to people, and they're functioning with little to no vision and still leading functioning lives, it's just incredible. Even if you don't have any interest in going over to somewhere else and helping that way, but you still want to help somehow, you know, just that little bit of financial help to an organization that is going over there makes a huge difference. Supporting people who are willing to go over, you know, encouraging people who are willing to travel and do that. Just letting them know that you're behind them, even though you're not physically doing that yourself. That is extremely uplifting because, you know, if you're trying to plan a trip and you don't have any support from the people that are around you, it's really hard to stay excited and energetic and focused on something like that.
It all started, of course, with me getting involved in the Kenya trip and then getting to know these people and what an incredible experience and how much it changed my life. And then going the next step and getting involved here in town with Spanda and all the things that they do, giving your time, giving your money if you can. Just it all comes together when we give of ourselves in all those ways. It's not just money, but time as well to bring it all together. Even here in town, there's a lot going on.
When you support Spanda, you help the neighbors you know and the global villagers you don't. For this reason, our journey ends where we began, with you and what you are willing to do. What you give today has a direct impact on the lives of others tomorrow. While those we serve may have impaired eyesight, they don't have impaired vision. They share the same hopes and dreams you do, a vision for helping others as you have helped them. We appreciate your time. Please consider generously contributing to the ongoing work of Spanda Incorporated.